Salām. That one word said to a Persian speaker anywhere in the world will open a door, a smile, a switch into Farsi, a warmth that no English greeting can quite match. But what comes after Salām? That is where most people get stuck. They learn a greeting, maybe a phrase or two, and then they hit a wall because nobody has ever explained to them how Persian actually works. This book does exactly that, and in this video, I want to show you how learning Persian is easy and why it is much more achievable than you think, especially with the right method. Hi, I am Yavar Dehghani, a linguist, Persian educator, and author of Persian Grammar and Self-Learner. I have been working on the studying and educating Persian to adult English speakers for many years, and I have watched the same pattern repeat itself again and again. Students begin with enthusiasm, pick up a few phrases, and then stall because the resources available to them were not built for how English speakers actually think about language. This book was built differently. Most Persian self-learner books have two problems. First, they teach using Persian script from the very beginning. The Arabic script is beautiful, but for an English speaker learning a new alphabet while simultaneously learning vocab and grammar is simply too much at once. Most beginners give up before they ever say a full sentence. This book solves that by using a clear transliteration system throughout the book. You learn to speak Persian first without the script being a barrier. The script is introduced alongside each lesson. There, when you are ready, then you can start learning the script. Second, most books cover only Farsi, the variety spoken in Iran, and completely ignore Dari spoken in Afghanistan. This book covers both. Whether you need Persian for Iran or for Afghanistan, this book serves you equally. And third, this method in the book teaches grammar the way a linguist teaches it, comparing Persian grammar to English grammar side by side. So you are always learning from what you already know. The book has three main parts: an introduction to Persian, its history, sound, and alphabet, 20 structured conversation lessons covering real life situations, and a comprehensive grammar reference at the back. Let me take you through a few lessons so you can feel what this is like in practice. The lesson one is about greeting. Salam, hello, Khoda Hafiz, goodbye, Lotfan, please, mutashakkiram, thank you. From the very first lesson, the book points you to grammar explanations, including how Persian has formal and informal registers, and politeness, and other registers. And lesson 2 is about introduction. For example, Salam, shoma chetorin? Hello, how are you? Man khubam, I am fine. Isme man Dara has, my name is Dara. And here the book introduces something important. In Persian, the verb comes at the end of the sentence. The subject pronoun is often dropped because the verb ending already tells you who is speaking. This is explained carefully before you ever have a chance to get confused. For lesson 3, it is about speaking. For example, شما چه زبانی صحبت میکنید? What language do you speak? This lesson introduces the object marker ra, which is important in Persian, one of the features English speakers find unusual. In English, we identify objects by position. In Persian, definite objects are marked with ra. Once you understand that, a huge number of sentences click into place. The latter lesson covers everyday life at the restaurant, booking a hotel, at the bank, at the doctor's surgery. Every lesson includes model dialogues, vocab list, and the grammar structure behind what you are saying. And the book ends with lesson 20, which is about Nowruz, the Persian New Year, language and culture. Because language and culture are inseparable, this lesson captures that beautifully. The grammar reference section at the book covers over 40 topics, each explained clearly with English comparisons and Persian examples, and a few highlights. And Persian builds a lot of its verbs by combining a noun or adjective with a light verb like kardan, to do, or shodan, to become. Once you understand this pattern, your vocab expands dramatically. And also, Persian has got a formal and informal register, and knowing which to use is essential. Using the wrong one can come across as rude or overfamiliar, and most textbooks barely touch this. The other special feature is ta'aruf, the uniquely Persian system of ritualistic politeness, where offers are made not necessarily to be accepted, and where the correct response depends entirely on the context. You cannot understand Persian communication without understanding ta'aruf. This book is for complete beginners who want a solid, structured foundation. For heritage speakers who grow up hearing Persian at home but never learn the grammar behind what they speak. For travelers to Iran or Afghanistan who want to actually communicate, not just recite memorized lines. And for anyone working with Persian or Dari speaking communities professionally. There is a proverb I use often in my teaching: if you give me a fish, you provide me a meal, but if you teach me how to fish, you give me food for life. That is the philosophy behind this book. Not phrases to memorize, but a genuine understanding of how Persian works. So you can build your own sentences and have your own conversation. Persian is the language of Rumi, of Hafiz, of Ferdowsi, spoken by over 100 million people across Iran, Afghanistan, and overseas. The Persian Farsi Dari Grammar and Self-Learner is available now. It is available on Amazon and in the link in the description below. By the end of this book, you will be saying a great deal more than Khuda Hafiz. Take care.